I'm now going to perform a series of brake tests for our CDL pre-trip. First brake test we're going to perform is the service brake test. With our foot over the service brake, we're going to make sure that the coach is in drive. We're going to engage our parking brake. We're going to pull forward at approximately 5 miles per hour. When we stop, we're going to make certain that the bus did not pull to the right nor the left. Neither did the low air indicator lamp come on. Now we're going to perform our parking brake test. We're going to apply our parking brake. We're going to make certain that our coach remains in drive. We're going to give it a little gas, about a third of the throttle, to make sure the bus rocks. When you feel it rock, you're simply going to say the parking brake holds. Now I'm going to perform our governor cutout test. What I'm going to do is fan my brakes down near 90 to allow it to build up. Our governor should cut out between 120 and 140 psi. While I'm looking at the gauge, I want to point out that this bus is equipped with an air gauge. Our air gauge has 2 needles. A green needle represents our primary air tank, and the red needle represents our secondary air tank. This particular coach does not have an oil gauge, voltage gauge, or a coolant gauge. If any of them was to malfunction, it will be indicated on our instrument panel up top. We're continuing to watch our needles as it goes down between 120 and 140 psi. While I have a little bit, I want to point out that this bus has a 20-inch steering wheel with no more than 2 inches of play. It is also equipped with a working horn. Our governor just cut out between 120 and 140 psi. Now for the fourth test, we're going to shut off the coach. And I'm going to turn it back into night run 2 clicks. So of the total of 6 tests, the first 3 is with the coach off. The last 3 is with the coach, the first 3 is with the coach on. The last 3 is with the coach off with the parking brake disengaged. I'm now going to perform our air leak test. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press and I'm going to hold my service brake to make certain that the air does not drop more than 3 psi after its initial drop. The initial drop is that little flutter of the needles when you first press down on the brakes. Fast forward after 1 time minute, the air has not dropped more than 3 psi after its initial drop. I'm now going to perform our low air indicator test. Our low air indicator lamp should come on between 60 and 80 psi, and I'm going to begin to pump down my brakes, and I'm going to look for the low air indicator lamp to come on. Here we have our low air indicator lamp. An audible alarm will sound when I restart the coach. Our last test is our emergency pop-up test. Our emergency brake should pop up between 20 and 40 psi. So I'm going to continue to fan our brake down. Our emergency brake has just popped up between 20 and 40 psi. With the coach already being on, I'm now going to restart the coach. The audible alarm that you're hearing is the audible alarm for our low air indicator test, thus concluding our series of brake tests.